10:47, Saturday, December 2019. We are starting our board meeting. Just a few things we're going to clear up here. Paper with the, you get these paper with rules on it? They're the ones that in there. It's the gist of it is these are board meetings. They are meant for the board. We try to give some people, some time. Sometimes I include the members as much as possible as a courtesy, but it has come to make our meetings much longer. We're here to do business on this day. The board members are here. They are here for free, of course. They don't work for it. They don't get paid to do any of it. So when we're spending 2 and 3 hours answering questions and going back to stuff that I can answer myself after the meeting or before the meeting, we're taking up their time. So we're not going to do that unless there's something that needs to be included from a member. We will hold that stuff until the very end, probably right before adjournment, right after. And if there's a situation, because we can't address anything that's not on the agenda anyway. So, excuse me, the gist of it is we will, if there's something that needs to be on the next agenda, we will add that to the next agenda. So she's grabbing some other stuff concerning that. Oh, I had it already. Did you find it? Let's see what I put. 9 piles in there. Oh, some of them didn't print off. That's all right. We can put those. Pass around 1 or 2 good copies. You can carpet them out. I might have to pass some of those around. I can read. How are you going to go? But most of these guidelines you already know. We've used these for a long time. Yeah. So y'all, if there's any of them that y'all have any questions about, just let me know. Yeah. We ran out of ink on one printer, that's the one that you have to copy from. Roll call. Linda McKinney.
Present.
Lori Steiner.
I'm here.
Karen Lau.
Present.
Melanie Ackerman. Make sure I pronounce it right.
Yes.
Lynn Cutsing.
Present.
Teresa Hewitt. Tina Hartman. She's absent.
She was supposedly coming out.
If she don't show up in the next few minutes, this will be her 3rd absent meeting and she'll be automatically removed. We have a few of the written minutes. If you want to just run through those real quick, I guess we can. Everybody should have a copy of them.
For September and October.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. September 7th meeting was called to order at 10:54 a.m.
Hey, Karen, Arlene, did you,
They're right here.
oh, they're over there. We need a couple of please, I'm sorry. So we kind of be longer. I'm sorry, Karen.
And if you see any corrections, please. I didn't spell Teresa's name.
No, October minutes.
They're both.
Oh.
Hold on.
Okay.
I think Melanie already has done those.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Should have done it before the meeting.
We figured you didn't need them.
Now, okay, go ahead, Karen, I'm sorry.
Meeting was called to order 10:54 a.m. President Rodney Snell, Karen Loud, Melanie Ackerman, Glenda McKinney, Lori Steiner, Tina Hartman, Linda Clemore, and Teresa. And you Teresa the last name.
You,
Do it.
Can you spell that?
H-E-W-E-T-T. There you go.
And I didn't spell Teresa, right? Is there an H in there?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Prior month's minutes not available in written form at time of meeting, video only. Motion was made by Lori and seconded by Lynn to make Karen Love secretary. Vote was unanimous. The motion passed. Rodney mentioned that the board member list needs to be updated with the Secretary of State. Financial report, bookkeeper was not present for meeting due to illness. Clubhouse pool is closed for the season. Teresa has agreed to attempt to keep pool clean over winter months. A suggestion was made to possibly look into a pool cover or a netting to keep leaves out. Clubhouse rental fees were discussed. A motion was made by Lori and seconded by Lynn to keep the rental deposit at $50 and raise clubhouse rental for clubhouse along with kitchen to $100 and clubhouse 2 for $75. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Airstrip. POA is proceeding with a consult with the attorney for costs not to exceed $300 regarding the airport lease and default of airstrip tenants. For stables, Karen asked that the fence charger be reinstalled that was removed when the barn was painted. There should be enough hot wire on hand to rerun the wire along front fence line once the charger is up and running. Lake Dam Park Tennis Court, James McClure is still working on completion of a hazard plan for the dam. Golf course, nothing new to report at the time. Assessment, motion was made by Lynn and seconded by Karen to charge a second assessment fee to be billed in November. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Hartman variance at 16840 Stinson. The Hartmans have a contract to sell the property. And per the new survey, the laundry room addition built in the 70s encroaches into the building side easement per deed restrictions. Tina Hartman has asked for variance and provided board with a copy of variance from her attorney for review. Changes will be needed to said variance for approval. Board agreed to approve variance once changes to document are made by the Hartman's attorney. It was also agreed that the variance agreement will include the removal of the old shed on back lot that encroaches onto neighbor's lot within 30 days of approval of finalized variance. A motion was made by Lori and seconded by Karen to agree to variance with these changes. Tina Hartman recused herself from the vote, and the vote was unanimous and passed. Motion was made to adjourn by Karen and seconded by Lori. Meeting adjourned at 11:25 a.m.
only thing I see on there is the board gave you permission to sign that variance once it was changed.
Okay.
And I did, and it's done in the house was sold.
I didn't know if the house had sold at that time, if she needed the variance prior to this.
Yeah, they had to give me the new variance before I signed it after it was changed. And the new owners have made the 3 changes that we requested, which were the front steps, the one building that's encroaching onto lot 3. They moved it to lot 4 where it belongs. And, right, and the building that was encroaching on the, I believe it was the east side on the front lot was removed. So all that's been done within the 30 days requested. So just an addition. And anybody else have any changes or thoughts? Then we vote to, I need a motion, a second, and then a vote to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve.
There's Lynn. No.
Motion to approve.
And then Lori, and then I need a vote.
Okay.
Yes. And if I do anything too fast, I'm going to let me know.
All right, you ready for this? This is for the
Yes, ma'am.
October 5th meeting minutes. Board roll call, quorum was met, meeting called to order at 10:54 a.m. 10:44 a.m. Presidents Rodney Snell, Karen Loud, Melanie Ackerman, Glenda McKinney, Lori Steiner, Linda Clemore, absent was Tina Hartman, and Teresa Hewitt. Prior month's minutes not available in written form at time and video only. Motion was made by Karen and seconded by Lori to make Melanie Ackerman secretary. Financial report, bookkeeper was not present for meeting due to illness. Board is looking into possibly hiring a new bookkeeper.
We did.
What'd you say?
Which we did.
Which was
I'm speaking out loud.
Clubhouse cool, nothing new to discuss at this time. Airstrip, POA's attorney, Greg Halls, were preparing a letter to send to airport patrons for breach of lease and because the airstrip has been decertified with the FAA as an active airstrip. Horse stables, nothing new except that it was noted a horse owner complained about a missing fly mask for her horse. It was noted that on next month's agenda to be placed a new rule that Lake Bonanza horse owners cannot ride on the golf course, airstrip, or cross dam due to hazards. Riding will be allowed only in the Lake Bonanza horse pasture. Lake Dam Parks Tennis Court, it was brought up that a homeowner that resides on the beach on the lakeside was reported to spray one of the lakes. The resident geese with poison said goose was removed and brought to a wildlife sanctuary for recovery, and homeowner was reported to the authorities. Golf course, nothing new to report. Breach of contract, it was discussed that a new homeowner on beach is in breach of her approved variance and has placed a second dwelling on the lot, which is a violation of the deed restrictions. A letter will be prepared by the POA attorney to address these violations and any other homeowners that have violated this deed restriction. Motion was made to adjourn by Karen and seconded by Lynn. Motion passed and meeting adjourned at 11:58 a.m.
Okay. Any changes y'all think of or need? Okay.
Did you need to mention the 209 letter first?
Yeah, we did talk about the 209 letter first before the attorney, which has been sent to her, and we've received nothing back on our request to come before the board within the last 28 days, whatever it is now.
So the letter, that's what I meant by the letter, it's called a 209.
It's a 209 violation letter. Texas safety code 209. Okay, need a motion to approve with changes. Second, I'm going to vote.
Motion?
Second.
Lauren?
Yes, do Teresa.
Yeah,
She's-
They
She
vote
gets a
second.
box on her.
Now I vote.
Okay.
It's unanimous. Okay. There's any other bookkeeping, the minutes for last month, Melanie didn't have time, she's been busy, she's working overtime, so we will have those on the next meeting. Thank you, Karen.
Finally.
I didn't say,
Better late than
I
never.
knew y'all were
Very-
thinking that, so I was going to say.
Very well done.
well, just to note, and that's a good outline file, we were talking about that while ago, so.
Well, I was telling her that with the video, you just do the pertinent, instead of we used to have to type it.
Exactly. It makes it too hard. And just to note, we haven't had a secretary for several years. I think I was the last secretary before, after Karen was president, and then we hadn't had one in a long time, so we had to read minutes. We do them all by video, they're available online. So now it's nice to have both. It's easier to look over this and watch the whole video. So, me, I'd rather watch the whole video because I know everything. But, okay. Financial report. We have here, and I don't know who was here last month, Jay is our new bookkeeper. Jennifer referred her, she's been very helpful. She's sweet lady. And she's still learning some of the things that we do. Like I told her, she has a suggestion to do things better, that's fine with me too, as long as it's up to the board. So we're working through some of that, we're gonna be doing some of the billing this next week. We got taken care of. So she's gonna just kind of run through it real quick.
Is that extra copies there?
This one here.
Stand up.
Yeah, you know, we had any serious purchases, this one covers some more things. So everybody be nice to her.
There was $4,700 collected this month. Utilities were past due. There was some settlements done, so for this much, you owe, we'll collect this much.
We settled one account for $3,000.
There's two, yeah, two of them are settled, so we did write those off, as we see the 6,000. Expense-wise, it was a pretty small month, just some big charges, supplies for the pump house, trash bags, and then, yeah, oil for the tractor, and then the rest was just utilities. and labor to clean up the grounds.
Anybody got any questions? Okay. Thank you. We appreciate it, Jay. Thank you for your help. Notation is the bookkeeping from Jennifer and from Jay for her first couple of months. Now she had she done October also, September, October, November. Is that right? Yeah. So both of them, it looked like it all was in 1 month. It's been the last several months on next month's accounts. So from next month's books. Just a heads up. Okay. I don't think we have anybody have any new stuff. Oh, the one thing that we didn't end up getting added in time, and that we're going to do next month is to see about allowing board members to have 1 or 2 uses of the clubhouse at no charge. That's going to be on next month's agenda. It's not really anything we can discuss today. I just want to make sure there's a notation in case the board has any questions, comments before then. We can discuss it. And y'all have it to discuss it, I should say.
At the next meeting.
Yes. Airstrip. The attorney got back with us. He hasn't received anything back from. Did you bring that in? I didn't.
All he said was that he's not received any information whatsoever since the attorney, Mr. Griffin, had made a quick call to him, but that was basically it.
Yeah. Okay, so we will have to move on with that. Horse stables. We have some profit and loss over the last 10 years for the horse stables. I believe Mr. McLemore wants to discuss some stuff about that too. Or
Well, it's right there.
Okay.
Over the past 10 years, it's been a negative.
Almost $15,000
Yeah.
over 10 years.
Yeah, just so everybody knows what we're expending and what we're spending, the numbers have been worked up. They don't include, of course, the cutting of the pasture and then, the maintenance as far as picking up limbs and stuff like that. Yeah, the depreciation for the mower, all that stuff's in the books, show what we spent for that area. It was, it doesn't reflect on this report. We don't separate everything out from using the tractor from one spot to the next between the golf course and the pasture all the time, because we work on them the same day sometimes.
In
So-
addition, I'm sorry,
No, you're not interrupting, go right ahead.
in addition to the insurance.
Yeah. There's been several of us been looking for insurance, including our agent. Finding insurance there, the airport or the golf course was very hard. And even seemed to be even harder for the stables. So,
Is that because of liability?
yeah, some kid gets on there and
Yeah, breaks his leg and we're in trouble.
horse gets out in front of a car. There's 100 little things that can happen.
I talked to Garrett Insurance yesterday, that was through a lead through my Travelers homeowners policy. Travelers does offer horse and stable insurance, and they gave me a lead for a local insurance company called Garrett in Conroe. And I talked to Nancy yesterday. She said her brother does the ag work, but she's going to talk to him over the weekend, but she felt confident that they could find someone that would carry a policy for a smaller barn. Because what I've run into with the larger equine insurance carriers is that they do only commercial, large training stables.
But this is a commercial.
Training where you're bringing in horses from exterior, taking lessons, they've got public, I'm telling you, we're considered private, not commercial.
Okay, I did talk to some insurance companies, and they said because we are renting out the stalls, that's commercial activity, and that is considered
Okay, well,
commercial.
she said that, the larger carriers only work with larger stables, and that's been our problem.
Okay, I'm not talking about size, I'm just talking about
Right.
the status,
Right.
that's all.
Well, she said, people that own their own little barn on their back, in their backyard, and rent out stalls to people, which is common, she said they do that. It's just that a lot of the bigger carriers will only want to work with the really big stables. because it's a much bigger policy, so that's why it's hard to find a policy.
Yeah,
And again, she said the other thing to look into is where you ask the individual horse owner to carry their own policy and name the POA as additional insured. And she's gonna price that out as well. And that way, the POA, if the horse gets loose and gets hit by a car, the POA is protected. Because she says the only thing that liability policy will, it doesn't have nothing to do with anything about a board member or anything. It's the only thing that a liability policy on a horse barn is if a horse damages property.
And our agent said she went to all our underwriters and didn't find anything.
Well,
That's
she said
sold
she'd come
insurance.
out tomorrow. She said she'd come out this week and take pictures.
But we don't even have any coverage like for property damage. So if the barn burns down, what if your horse is in the barn and the barn
Well-
burns down and,
I don't think that barn's insurable.
yeah, I'm not saying it is or isn't, but I'm just saying you don't have anything for protection, either liability or property.
That's a different policy then.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the same as our, I don't know if our sheds at the golf course, that barn's been considered that we can, it's not worth the monthly.
The only shed covered at the golf course is the one the tractor's in. And it's actually, it's not on our regular insurance, it's through the finance company for
Right.
the tractor. So that's just another thing.
Okay.
But I'm sorry, wait.
I have a question. Say y'all are supposed to carry liability insurance for your horses, correct? That's what it's been set up for all through these years.
No, it's not required right now.
No.
No, it's not required, but that would be the ultimate way to handle it, I guess.
Right. You make as part of the new lease, you make that each horse owner has to have the horse covered.
Yeah, liability.
And then, even Nancy said with Garrett Insurance, she said then it's just like a liability policy for a tenant in a building. It's then you name the landlord as additional insured.
Okay. So if something does happen, someone sues us and we are named, or the corporation is named as an additional insurer, then what happens if we are cited in a lawsuit? We dish out $5,000.
No,
No?
No, that's directly to an
no,
officer.
we will have to hire an attorney. Our insurance will not cover us.
Oh, okay.
So who knows? It could be
Okay.
$5,000.
It would be, the person would contact the horse owner. The horse owner's liable. If you're named additionally on the lawsuit, then you're covered under that policy.
I guess that'd be something we had to
We
discuss
have to
with
really
whatever
look at
insured.
that.
Yeah, that's something.
It's like I said, it's just like when I was a property manager in an office building, tenants would move in, they have someone, a customer or client that's hurt, and they go after the tenant, but they always know, they're usually gonna name the landlord.
They'll
And the management company.
What happens is that policy is covering all parties.
Yeah, and it depends on the policy, whoever y'all got too, so we would have to, we're still talking about a huge loss on this all together, that's something we've got to look at.
So like I said, this goes through travelers. She said they do horse and stable insurance.
But then we'd still have to hire an attorney.
You're getting into legalese that I don't want to, you have to talk to an attorney to say, if we are named as additional insured, how would that work? So, that's kind of like,
Yeah.
Well, at the moment where it stands is where we have a huge liability. And we've been doing a lot of repairs over the last 10 years, and this is what this is. Total loss on so far is what, 14,000 the last 10
we've had
years.
more horses before, and then, it goes up and down.
Well, let me ask you this, the people you're talking to and everything, you're saying they'll get us some more information. Can they get us some information by the next meeting, or by a couple of weeks?
Yeah,
And we
we'll
can make
probably
a
have to have a special meeting beforehand because the lease is just supposed to be signed on the first.
Okay.
Nancy was very helpful. She said she's going to talk to her brother as he does all the ag, and then we're going to touch base Monday, and she's willing to come out and look at the property.
So maybe
But I
next
would love to
week,
have that front fence line fixed, because when they see that all broken, there was a lot down along the front, so I can tell her it's in the process of getting repaired,
right.
or wait till it's done and then bring her.
Well, you could tell her it's in the process of being repaired, but, maybe we can get some some information so that we can make some sort of educated decision in the next couple weeks?
It has to be done, we have to have it done before we're ready to sign this.
Like a week from Monday,
So
maybe,
we can decide what we're gonna do there.
hopefully?
Yeah, we need to put a deadline on it, for sure.
Just real quick,
And the reason I'm letting James speak, he's over at the barn. Just so everybody knows.
we've been in the negative for 10 years, every year. So, I don't like putting my good money into bad. I pay my dues like they're supposed to be paid. If there's some way that somebody can think that we're gonna bring this into the black over the next year, I'm for it. But I don't like, we're in business, we're LLC, we're a business, and we should run like a business. If I had a company, and I had an entity in my company that's been negative for 10 years, I would get rid of that entity. But to me, that's me as a member, property owner, throwing good money into bad. I don't go for that. I've been paying my dues for 25 years now, so.
Absolutely.
So that's my impression and my
Well, I'm
thoughts.
also looking at the repairs, and those are not gonna happen all the time. That barn hasn't been touched in years and years.
No.
Yeah, before we did the repairs.
But we have a lot of, but we have a lot of repairs to do here at the clubhouse around the pool. We're not ADA compliant here. If somebody comes in that's ADA and has an accident, we're in big trouble. ADA doesn't, I work with ADA all the time. They don't flinch one bit. They don't have a problem dragging us to court. We don't have ADA restrooms with 5-foot return radius for a wheelchair. We talk about renting this place out. Well, it even makes us more exposed because now we're opening it up to the public.
Well, we can't open up the public, but the members is the only people who can rent.
Exactly, but still, the members are.
I understand.
So if anybody gets hurt, you can't access it. You got a toe stumper out on the concrete at the pool, somebody trip, fall in
It needs
the
to
pool.
be repaired,
There's a lot of things, and this makes us money.
including our day.
Lots of people use this, not just for.
Right.
Lots of people use this, so.
Do we have a profit loss for the clubhouse and pool?
Oh, we can get one. Yeah, we don't at the moment.
I just want to make a comment about these numbers. The repair and maintenance, supplies and equipment and other, from 2011 through 2009 through the end of 2012. There were no numbers there was no breakdown, it was all hidden somewhere else, so it was hard to find.
No, they just didn't do anything. They didn't.
What's the
Well, I
other
think-
for $7,200?
I think there had to be,
What
there
year
had
was
to be money because some of this,
14, 15, I see
some things
I think
$7,200.
that was the
are not
fee.
just maintenance.
Okay.
Francisco,
They didn't
it's
fix
part of
the
the poles
barn.
are
I
front.
had a horse
And
there
this,
for 25 years.
he,
They didn't fix the
he's done,
barn.
he's done the,
Well, I'm just
Ball.
telling you,
Twice.
he's done that fence on the front
25
side.
years.
I don't know what years it was.
So those were
they're all
improvements.
dispersed, they're all hidden, there's like one name. number.
Well, they had to be
It's
done
hard
to
to get.
fall in.
No, they didn't do anything to the barn. Nothing.
Yeah. that's a-
No,
Before,
not
oh.
before.
Yeah.
I had a horse there for 25 years and they didn't do anything.
Fall
I'm
in.
talking about anything, I'm not talking about putting up a light.
Yeah.
I'm talking about anything. The only thing we got when we had the barn was we had electricity and water, period.
And then also between 2012 and 2014, again.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, we
They
did a lot.
started into.
There were hidden numbers, so I couldn't find them
Yeah,
to
they
just
didn't do most.
separate.
Yeah.
Is this part of the discussion to what we're gonna do in the future with the horse pasture as far as
Yes.
whether we're selling them?
All this is part of it. Okay.
Is that-
I'm
I
sorry.
just
Is
want
that
to
what
make
it
a
is?
comment that all of these improvements are not gonna happen constantly. A lot of them are now done. I mean, we spent a lot on the barn this year, painting it,
About 2,000.
shoring it back up in order to attract more horses, and now all of a sudden, everyone's saying, well, it's costing you too much, but y'all elected to do all those repairs.
Yeah.
So,
But I think the main issue is it's never, even at its best, it helps 8 members, and that's if they all have one.
well,
The pool is one of our, it's used more than any amenity.
sure, pools are open to the kids and everything.
And that's what he's talking about.
We've got a golf course.
Yeah.
We've got tennis
We don't
court,
spend it, we
it's
spend-
like all those amenities are there, but, if you wanna close it, it's just gonna sit there.
Yeah.
Whereas if you raise the dues a little bit and ask for the liability to be paid by the horse owners, you're gonna see income.
Well, that's what he was talking about. So I have some ideas to put it in black, he all for it. So,
Like I said, this profit and loss is very confusing, because if you're looking at major money, that's not gonna happen again.
Does anybody use the tennis courts?
I don't know.
No.
No.
You know, they say they do, you know, I sent out that little deal, they wanted to turn it into basketball courts, because I didn't think it being used very much as a tennis court. Everybody raised all kinds of heck. So I don't ever see anybody up there, they're closer to it than I am. Very few people. But
Well, I
we had-
played with it a couple of times, but
that's
after that, you know, it's pretty.
It's one of those, you know, but we took 1 year and spent money on it, we still got the grass in there.
Yeah.
But last year it gotten so bad the net was falling down, so we went over and repainted everything, put a new net up, and,
Yeah, I saw that.
but,
And also the electric for 1 month, September, is you're showing $643, but,
It's several, that was several months, there was.
and that's just for that meter?
Wait. There were several months we averaged based on the numbers we had because there was no designation for that number. Unless I went back and looked
I
at
just
every
don't
single
See that.
month.
that's for the year.
That's for the year.
Well, I'm looking at September 2019 through November 11th, and they're showing 643.
September 2010.
Oh, no, that is wrong.
Oh, okay.
So it's
what you're saying.
September.
That
That's supposed to be for a year and that one is wrong. I did not
Okay,
mistake.
so you're saying about 600 a year, 643 a
Yeah,
year?
about 600 a year.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I will say this, I circled the number at the bottom on everyone's page because
You
that's the
can
only
go if
year
you
we
want to,
were
you
in the
don't have to
black.
sit through all this.
Every year
Same.
other than that, we were in the red.
It's up to you.
At the time, I didn't have this number, that's why.
So that's just for the lights?
Yeah.
The light?
Yeah, but,
$53.
the 2019, it's only 2 months and that number is incorrect.
What we're collecting right now is about $180 a month from 4 members.
Well, we were gonna bring in another horse, but I got nixed. But if you wanna, like I said, you bring in,
Well,
advertise and bring more homeowners, we're not doing anything.
yeah, but we can never have more than 8 members per year. That's
What?
what one single horse uses. We can never have more than 8 horses. The pasture,
No, I know
and
that.
but the barn is only
Right.
8 stock. So all that's gotta be considered. We need a time frame. We can't continue to let this go on and on and on. So, what do you need? I mean, it's like 2 months now, we've been waiting on something for the insurance.
Right.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll see Nancy can get back to me. She sounded like she was gonna get back to me on Monday and come out to the property.
So we'll make a deadline. Hopefully we have it in like 13 days, that way we can schedule a small, short meeting just for that. That's my opinion. The board has some other things they want to discuss about it. Anybody want to talk about it?
About the restrictions?
No, the state itself, in the portion back here.
I just think the biggest issue is the liability, the insurance.
Yeah, 'cause we can't address that. We
Yeah.
gotta figure something out.
Yeah.
Period. If we gotta close it, we close it. So,
Horse owners can insure their own horse. That's a policy they can get.
yeah, we'll have to, that's something else we'll probably end up having to spend money on, is talk to the attorney.
You can have them strengthen
And
his,
we'll have to take his advice.
strengthen his lease agreement.
And we know how that goes.
What?
Lawyers told us about taking their advice.
What?
We gotta take the advice. We'll go to the attorney. That'll be something on that agenda also, is approval for the attorney. If you'll make a notation of those 2 things. Is there anything else you want to talk about that? Y'all want to make a 2-week deadline?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about it, James?
No, just,
I mean, y'all understand what James is saying, this is a business. We have to make money. If we don't make money, everybody's gonna lose money, the property values are gonna go down.
Yeah, everybody's gonna pay it.
It's 2 weeks to end out our insurance or 2
Well, we've been
weeks
doing
to
this-
figure out every idea to possibly
No.
go back and what?
No,
No, we've been doing this.
we've been doing this for a couple months now. I've been talking about insurance with the insurance agent for probably 3 months now.
Karen's been doing it for
Yeah.
a while.
Well, I've been talking for the last 3 years, she's been taking care of our insurance, and the insurance before, which was Worthing, which we had since 1982. We were not ever insured at the airport, the golf course, and the stadiums. That has been an ongoing issue forever. So,
Which is
See,
a problem,
two
because if
weeks.
anything happens, it's all of us. gonna
2
be there.
weeks is the 21st.
yeah, you know, and that's another
Can you
thing.
do less, maybe less than that?
I like the 2 weeks because,
Okay.
just because she's gonna have to go out to her carriers.
Okay.
Well, we have to do it like between Christmas, after Christmas, and we can still set the meeting. We just need that deadline, so we have the information before we have the meeting,
Okay.
period. And I don't wanna wait till the first one, leases are supposed to be signed,
Mhm.
so.
Now, I have a question. Are any of the common areas insured?
Yes, all of them except for those three are insured, both general liability and, general liability, and then we are covered by D&O.
Was it because we were letting public people, or people from, we're not residents here, go to the golf course and that's all we've done?
No, that one just didn't have insurance, they couldn't afford it. It's a separate policy, it does not include our general liability. Okay. And especially what they were taking in at the time, there was 1 year there, they took in like $33,000.
On the golf course?
No,
What?
they've never taken that much in the golf course. The income period, all the collections.
For everything?
Yeah, $32,000. We took in 83 this year, and I think 93 last year, so that's all in collections and old dues, so
Yeah,
it'll go back down to around 50 at some point.
yeah.
So that's definitely something else we're going to have to look into, is raising dues. You know,
So, I mean, that's the main reason we got rid of the golf course and stopped it.
Lake
Because of
Conroe
the
Village,
liability?
that cost, Karen was president at the time, she was paying them from the prior, I think it was October and April the following year. They were just losing battle with bankruptcy at the time. There's no way they could have kept paying maintenance on it. Not only that, when she stopped paying maintenance on it, they were on the board for the water board. We had a deal with the water company since it was developed back in, it started
Yeah, they messed that up, right?
yeah, set up in '93, they got all their stuff as a separate board. The agreement was is we would have water at $200 a month forever, that's $2,400 a year they were collecting for water, even though we don't use it during the winter at the golf course, but that was for the pool, golf course, airport, and the stages. The very next meeting, which was like 2 weeks after she stopped maintenance on it, she didn't, somebody else voted it, she was the president's reason I prefer her. She knows more about it than I do. I was there, she probably knows more about it. But the gist of it is they just didn't keep doing it. It was a losing battle. They have been bankrupt. You know, the most they ever took in at the golf course was $26,000.
Wow.
Okay, they were spending $36,000.
Oh.
So that was $10,000 out of the general fund for the golf course. So once we got the water changed, I think it was the next year that somebody actually, they used it for like 2 months trying to water, volunteers did. I can't remember his name now. Anyway, they used the water, and one of the bills was like $1,100 1 month. The other one was, I think, it was $2,400 or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's impossible. There's no way, that's, people don't think about what we gotta do. If you're gonna keep the greens the way that you kept at that time, you
Right.
gotta have water. Thank you, Jay. So, if anything other than what I understand, we're gonna table this for 2 weeks, till we get whatever information Karen wants to provide, and then, or anybody else, of course, and then we will make a meeting within a few days, as soon as that we can make arrangements, because we don't want to do it right at Christmas, everybody's gonna be gone. A lot of times we don't have quorums for these meetings, even this close, at the end of the year, so I'm glad we've got almost a full board. So, yes, we've got to do something. We've got to figure out that, we can keep this and it's viable, and we can explain it to our members that, it's, we can get a little bit into the black, we can say, look, this is why we do it. Otherwise, no other options we have. Okay. Next. Oh, I'm sorry. I need a motion, to table it, and have a special meeting, and then a second. And then
A motion.
okay. Need a second.
I'll second.
I think Linda's warned me.
Well, I don't know,
I said I love
it didn't
you.
go down here, this is what I was wondering, what about all this?
I'll tell you that.
No, we're still up on the stage.
Let's go with your.
Oh,
You're
it's
just
still-
ignoring me, aren't you?
Yes.
I thought you loved me.
I'm good at it too.
Thanks, James.
What about repairs to the fence and putting the charger back up?
I'm sorry.
Repairs to the front fence and charger. I don't know where the
Okay,
charger
let me finish this real quick.
Okay.
Okay, now all I need is a vote to table that until Karen gets the information
Oh,
within
okay.
2 weeks. Okay, unanimous. Did you vote yes?
Mhm.
Okay. I don't want to put words in your mouth. Okay, all right, now. About the repairs, some of these repairs like that don't necessarily have to be on the agenda, especially when they're things that might harm somebody. Their maintenance, regular maintenance, we don't have to have on the agenda. Just a notation. We can, do you say we have our school of barbed wire already?
We have a school of smooth wire still up there.
Well, we'll use that then.
Francis or someone can there's just a couple areas
Well,
where
sure.
the front line is down and the horses can literally walk over.
Karen, it shouldn't be more than days later, right?
Oh, yeah, no,
Okay.
not
We're
at all.
talking about 175 or $80, another 100, I think, for his helper. So
I
less
don't
than
think
$300.
That's a one person job.
Well, I don't want to get him in a position that he has to have helper and then I have to go back to the board.
Okay,
So,
we could do that too.
well, I would say $300 at most. And I would, like I said, we don't have to have approval for that. I would like the board to okay it. But, so, there's somebody that objects to having that upper wire repaired and replaced with a smooth wire. We don't have any money in cost and materials that way.
No, we have horses, they need to be protected.
Yeah, we don't need that situation before we decide what we're going to do, for sure.
Because right now they're leaning over
Okay.
and I gotta get the hot wire up, keep them away.
I talked to Francisco over there too, you know that. But you want to call him and let him know, if he'll come do that as well? I mean,
Yeah.
Everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right?
If he's worked by himself before, I'll ask him if he's doing some one-day job for himself.
Yeah, he's really good. We're not gonna find out. I've been doing it for a long time. Karen uses him all the time. Wes uses him.
Yeah.
Several other neighbors use him. You can't find anybody cheaper than Francis. He does a good job, real good job. I use him on all the rental houses. And when he can do them, if Karen ain't got him, Wes ain't got him.
Somebody got it.
Yeah. We keep him busy. Okay.
Do we know where the charger is?
It's in,
Upstairs.
where'd y'all put the charger?
It's upstairs.
It's upstairs.
In the
It's in the
It's
loft.
upstairs, because Francisco might be able to put it back, he works electrical, he probably could put that up too. I don't wanna do it, because it's completely removed the ground, put the ground back on it.
Well, I'm sure when Chris put that back up, he took it down, didn't he?
No, we took it off the wall, but the grounds and everything were
Still,
already cut.
oh, where?
Yeah, all that stuff was already disconnected, all we did was take it off the wall.
Yeah, it's still, but the ground rod's still there for the.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, so I just don't wanna mess with it, I bet Francisco can put that on the wall.
He does move
Uh,
everything.
there's two connectors on it.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. And we still have a bunch of that line too, right? It's a fiberglass line, I believe.
Yeah,
All right, lake dam, parks, tennis courts.
No, you forgot something.
What?
About not riding on the dam in the
If that didn't,
golf course.
yeah, I don't think that made it on the agenda.
Yes, it is.
Did it?
Yeah.
See,
Oh, I skipped it all together, didn't I?
yes, you did.
Let's see. Oh, it's the top. Okay. Restrictions, riding on other amenities. You're driving me crazy. Discussion about the horses being on the other amenities, this stemmed from horse being on the golf course. Thoughts, ideas? Just want to go to a vote? What you want to do? Then I would need a motion to that effect.
Well, shouldn't that be on like the horse?
Don't ride the
or
horses
whatever?
on the amenities?
We can.
No, just on the
Yeah.
dam and the golf course.
Yeah.
Don't ride them on the dam.
Where people normally walk, I think, is the idea that they don't want to be stepping in the horse food. The parks,
Yeah,
And
dam.
if they ever do want to use the golf course again, you don't want to have horsemen all over it.
So we just limit the riding to
Just
the
cut grass at that point.
Yes, and that's where it should be, especially now.
the paddock and the round ring and.
Yeah, I mean, things can change in the future, but now they.
I mean, you can
without
ride them on
insurance.
the roads and go
Yeah.
through the subdivision and
Right.
stuff.
Just not all
we
we
used
And that's what they used to do all the time.
Yeah.
I've never seen them on the dam or parks. They should be on the dam anyway. We already got erosion we have to take care of. Part of that was because people were riding four-wheelers across it. Part of it was because of, just general maintenance. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah.
You know, we've been cutting it for the last several years, we got no grown parts, no grown for years. Then they hit us after 7 years of not turning in, we had them come out in 2012, they didn't give us a report till 2018, I think is when it was. So,
Well, they took 6 years.
and that was one of the things they mentioned was the tracks across the dam. So, anyway, that's caused a lot of issues over the years. Okay, so then I will need a motion, second, and a vote.
I make a motion that we restrict the writing on those amendments.
Second,
Second.
and a vote. Yes, unanimous. If y'all see something I skip, anything else, y'all let me know. It's been a busy morning.
I have a question about the pool.
Yes, ma'am.
Last time we discussed a cover or a tarp.
Yeah, did you find anything?
Yeah, I'm family pool business and stuff. Having a net on there is more of a unnecessary cost. As the fact that you're still going to there's still going to be stuff that get past it, and you have to add chemicals and
The
such.
cover.
Right, and all the stuff's going to fall on the net, and you're going to have to remove it, and all that stuff's just going to fall and back into the pool. It's an ending, never ending.
Yeah, the way they did it before, just the notation is they have inner tubes, there's a whole deal of inner tubes in there.
Yeah.
So they put those inner tubes up, and then when the rain started to run off the sides, there's little ties all the way around the pool that they use
Right.
with rubber buddy cords. And that's, did you see about cost or size?
But for something like that, it's going to be at least a few $1,000s because it's so large. But at that point in time, it's not necessary. Anytime that we do that, you have better just labor cost is better spent.
Ends up cheaper, yeah.
Yeah.
Still, you see it right now, though, and it's been like less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, as right now it's fall time. There's no getting.
Well, another thing that I wanted to do is put, those 12 or 13 inch, 14 inch stakes, excuse me, around the outside of the pool, some plastic, which would keep some of that out of the pool.
Right.
And that's cheap, we're talking $100, maybe $100 labor or something.
But as far as the net, we recommend you don't even bother.
Not using it. I didn't think that cover would be a much better idea, and then the cost, I know, especially for that figure 8 style pool.
Yeah. It's just so long and everything. That's a big.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I think the last one, when I started, they spent like $1,100 on, that's been 20 years, I guess.
Yeah, and the price is going to be double or triple that.
And the problem is it deteriorated so quickly.
Exactly.
So, because the chlorine eats everything. The chlorine, even those robots, those $1,600 robots, at least every 2 years, I end up having to buy a body for, and you get it off eBay, $100 or something, because they're $1,600 robots.
Yeah.
So, but you can find them, like I said, on eBay cheap, and I replace the outside of it. We've got 2 or 3 shells still out there, different parts.
If you want a cleaner, you'd be better off, there's look at the equipment and see, but they have actual mechanical motors and stuff that you stick in the pool that's permanent into it. I mean, you can always remove it, but it's not electronic, and those are things that last like 10 to 15 years, and if it needs a rebuild, you're talking about like $300.
Yeah,
So,
instead of
Polaris.
Polaris robots.
Yeah. There's better options than the electronic ones.
So anytime you want to come talk about it, we can.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. All right. Okay. We discussed the golf cart, or go golf course already. We're just cutting it when it needs to be cut. It probably needs to be wet. And just a notation, the tree that was on the golf course is mostly cut up. We didn't pay anything for that. They wanted the wood.
What, you mean the one on the,
I'm sorry, on the pasture. I apologize, not the golf course.
Because they didn't know what.
There's actually one on the golf course too that's even bigger than that one. That
Oh,
tree is
nice.
2 on
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Cut that one down too.
Yeah, they're gonna finish there if it started raining, so they didn't want to tear up the pasture. So they're kind of letting it dry and be back, and they're gonna leave us some for barbecue and stuff.
Oh, that's
So
good.
we'll barbecue, so
How about for my fire?
I'm sure they'll leave some.
Yeah, that tree's been down for what?
We still have the Susan Creek, yeah, it's been down for,
years.
What about that one that's by the road, the top broke out of?
yeah, we need to cut it down too. I'll see if we do that too.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's an oak, but I'm not sure. The other one's red.
It is like a little thing.
Yeah, because Francisco cut it up, it fell over on the fence, he fixed the fence and cut it up on the stuff that was on the outside.
Yeah.
He, I think, charged $70 or something. Okay, Susan Perry, variance on here, she's not here.
We have a hazard plan yet for the dam?
No, it's still, we still gotta find an engineer, to have a plan, to have an engineer. I still I sent a couple of deals to different people, asking if they'd be willing to do it pro bono, cheap. Most of them say we don't need pro bono. So, yes, sir.
When I talked to the DEC about this, I got a man, the guy who's been calling anytime, they'll help us out any way they can, so I'll make a phone.
TCEQ?
DCQ.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's okay, yeah, I got it all.
They're in Austin, and so I'll give them a call and just
Yeah,
talk to
'cause
them
if
on
he
the
can-
situation and see how they can help us out.
Yeah, because they've helped several of the other neighborhoods over here, finally ended up in this situation. So, the main thing is not having to spend money on the engineer, because that's the most expensive cost. The rest of it, we can figure out, county's still dropping us dirt over there for
Right. But yeah, I'll give them a call this coming week, try and catch them sometime before Christmas and see if they can help. Tell them our situation, see how they can help us.
please do, I appreciate it. Okay. Is there anything else that y'all want to discuss or want to do? Okay.
Have you heard anything about Miss Abbott?
Yeah, we've had got information back to her, that in the next few days, if she doesn't request a meeting, we move to the attorney. She has 30 days to request a meeting before the board, so. And then the last thing on here, Tina didn't make it, so Tina is automatically removed, it's not a board approval thing, after 3 meetings, you're automatically removed, and she's missed off. So, I'm glad we tried to call her here,
She did respond, saying.
yeah, she said she'd be here, she's not here. So now I'll need to adjourn and a drink of water. I need motion first, I already got the name. Motion in a second.
Make a motion to adjourn. Okay.
I don't think so.
And I'll stick around if y'all guys want to finish, if there's anybody that wants to ask me questions, anything I can discuss or help with.
Can I call for a special meeting
Depends on what it is,
on the airport
or,
for a proposal on fixing all this tension?
hey, can you submit a proposal to us, the board, I can send it to the board,
I've got some papers I'll give all of y'all.
you can leave them with us, and I'll let them look over, and then if they want a special meeting, they can let me know.
Okay.
It'll be up to them.
Well, and the reason Griffin hadn't responded, y'all sent letters to Todd and to Johnny, but I didn't get one.
The attorneys sent all three of them.
I never received anything.
What's your name?
Les Shannon,
Candle
Candle Rock.
We sent it to Candle Rock and Cherokee.
Never got anything.
Okay, Mr. Shannon, may I have your address?
905 Sandy Beach Drive.
905.
Stop that, I don't want all that stuff on there.